October 15th, 1947, 7:28 p.m. Deep in northern Kansas, there was a quiet little valley called Willow Creek. 327 people, one small river, a white church, red barns, and a school bell that rang every evening at sunset. At 11 p.m., the last person turned off their lights and went to sleep. When the sun rose the next morning, the valley was empty. No town, no road, no river, just flat, untouched land, as if nothing had ever been there. But old maps still show the name, old photos still exist, and people who visit the spot today say at night the town comes back for exactly 47 minutes. And if you stay, you never leave. Now the story begins. Put on headphones, dim the lights, because this one's long, and when it's over, you might not look at empty fields the same way again. It was the late 1940s. World War II was over. America was healing. In northern Kansas, about 45 miles from Heston, there was a hidden valley, Willow Creek Valley. Tall hills surrounded it like walls. A gentle river ran through the center. Willow trees lined the banks, long branches hanging low, swaying in the wind. The town started in 1928. First came 10 farmhouses, then a school, then the white church. By 1947, the population was 327. Everyone was a farmer: wheat, corn, cattle. Main Street was short, paved with red brick. On the right, Harris General Store, owned by George Harris, 62 years old, the kind of man who gave credit to anyone who needed it. On the left, Valley Diner, run by Elizabeth "Lizzie" Miller, famous for her apple pie that could make a grown man cry. At the end of the street, the white church, steeple reaching toward the sky, Pastor Reverend Thomas Green. Next to it, the schoolhouse, teacher Miss Rosemary Wilson, 38 students. Outside town, an old cemetery dating back to 1890. And one thing everyone knew but never talked about. Beneath the valley lay an ancient Native American burial ground. When construction began in 1928, bones were found, lots of them. People said, "That's old history. This is our land now." Summer 1947 was brutal. From June to October, not a drop of rain. The river dried to a trickle. Crops burned in the fields. People whispered, "This heat, something's coming." Early October, strange things started. First, the dogs. All the dogs in town began howling at night, all at once. Then the children. At school, kids started saying, "Someone stands at my window at night. Tall shadow, no face." Reverend Green called a prayer meeting at the church. He said, "We may have made a mistake, building on sacred ground." People laughed it off, just superstition. October 15th, Friday, 6 p.m. Lizzie was closing the diner. Last customer, Tommy Harris, George's son. Tommy said, "Sky looks weird tonight, too red." Lizzie looked out the window. He was right, blood-red sky, but the sun had already set. 7:28 p.m. Rosemary was walking home from school. She saw it, a green ring of light above the valley, like a halo, but too close, too low. She ran to the church, told Reverend Green. He said, "This is a sign." 8 p.m. Every light in town went out at once. People lit candles, thought it was a power outage. 9 p.m. George Harris was in his store, balancing the books. Suddenly, he heard footsteps outside, many feet, walking slowly. He opened the door. No one, just cold wind. 10 p.m. Lizzie in her kitchen, cooking late dinner. She saw a face at the window, pale, eyes black, empty. She screamed. When she looked again, nothing. 11 p.m. Everyone went to bed. Last light turned off by Reverend Green. He stayed in the church, praying. 11:59 p.m. The green ring above the valley grew larger. At exactly midnight, the town vanished. 7 a.m. the next morning, a farmer from Heston named Billy Jones drove his truck into the valley. He delivered milk to Willow Creek every week. That day, he stopped dead. The valley was empty. No houses, no church, no river, just grass, tall grass that looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. Billy raced back to Heston, called the police. Police came, state officials came, federal agents came. They searched for weeks, found nothing. No debris, no vehicles, no bodies. Only one thing in the center of the valley, a small wooden cross. Carved on it, Willow Creek Valley, Est 1928. But the wood looked 50 years old. The official report said no evidence of habitation found. The name was removed from maps, but the story didn't end there. A young hiker camped in the valley. In his journal, at midnight the church bell rang. I looked up, the town was there, lights on, people walking, but no one looked at me. I ran. A family on a picnic. Their little boy said, "Mom, that girl is calling me." Mom saw her, little girl in a white dress, waving. When they walked closer, gone. But their camera caught her, standing alone, no town behind her. A geologist used ground-penetrating radar. He found it, 40 feet underground, the entire town. Houses, streets, church, perfectly preserved. How? No one knows. A truck driver stopped to sleep. He dreamed Lizzie served him apple pie. "You look tired, honey. Eat." Morning, a plate beside his truck, warm apple pie, and a note, "Come back soon." Today, every October 15th at night, people who visit the valley say they hear the church bell, they hear the river flowing, they smell fresh apple pie in the wind. But if you follow that smell, if you see the lights, don't stop. Run. Because Willow Creek doesn't want visitors anymore. It wants new residents. And once you're in, you never come out.